Oh god. It's... okay. I have to just start recording because I feel nervous to film again. And I still feel very comfortable on the camera, I think, but I feel just like nervous to like actually, I don't know, it's just been so long since I filmed that I feel nervous. Okay. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, thank you so much for still being around and for caring, even somewhat, about why I haven't posted in 6 months. 6 months. So I took a completely unintended 6-month break from YouTube, and I just want to explain why. I feel very nervous to be filming because it's been so long. But what started everything was I had a Super Bowl video that I had filmed, and I was sitting there on like a Thursday or a Friday and working on the video for Sunday, and I found out that a family member had passed away. And so obviously I think you don't really have to, I think it's pretty explanatory. Ugh, I cannot talk. I didn't feel like posting after that. I think that's understandable. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna post. I didn't want to post this like video before this happened. It just didn't feel right. So I didn't want to post. So I'm like, okay, I'll post, later. I won't post this week. Then the next Sunday comes, or like a few days before the next Sunday, and the war in Ukraine started. And I, for some reason, was like extremely emotionally involved in the war. I mean, I still am, but not to the extent at the beginning as I was. And I think the reason that I was so involved was because there's a travel vlogger that I follow who is from there. Her name is Alina McLeod. I'll put it here, I'll put it down below if you guys are interested in checking out a travel vlogger. I guess I'm not technically a travel vlogger. I sort of am. I'm supposed to be. But anyways, Alina McLeod, she's from there, and in 2021 she had gone to a couple of cities there, and she had posted nice little videos showing the city, speaking to locals, and saying like, this place is recovering from everything that's happened in their past, and it could be a nice place to visit. And so I had these images of the people in the city and just imagining all being destroyed. So I think because of her and my emotional attachment to her, I felt horrible. And having watched those videos, I was picturing just this sweet place that I had seen. So I just felt devastated for them, and I still do, obviously, but like I was not able to maintain that level of like, I mean, you cannot stay in that level of like distress. I was extremely distressed and like checking the news nonstop. It was just, so I was like, oh, I don't want to post my silly little videos while this horrible thing is going on, even though you could really say that about any time. There's always horrible things going on, and it's still okay to post, but I just didn't feel like it. I didn't want to. So next up, I moved back here to my little studio with Gary. And while I was gone, we had a new neighbor move in next door, and he was sketchy. Sorry, I keep looking off, by the way. I have the window open, which it is good lighting, but it's distracting to me. And since I haven't filmed in so long, it's like sort of uncomfortable. So I keep looking like all over the place. We had this new sketchy neighbor, and there were weird noises going on. There were cops coming. We didn't really know what was going on, but we knew it was something bad. And then one day, as I was sitting here working on my computer, as I do every day, I thought someone was breaking into my apartment. But somebody was breaking into their apartment, to his apartment. And I entered fight or flight mode. I was terrified. I grabbed a weapon. I grabbed my phone, had it on 911, like ready to dial. Because I looked out the people and I knew it wasn't happening to our apartment, but at first it sounded like it was. But the noises continued on for a little while. I had no idea what was going on. I was terrified. So after that event really had a major effect on me. I was already uneasy, but that made me really, really scared. And I entered into basically non-stop fight or flight mode, never being relaxed and being super worried about my safety, not just in the apartment but outside of the apartment. And I was having panic attacks on the trains, just randomly in the apartment. I was not sleeping. I would get a couple of hours of sleep every night, because when Gary would leave in the morning, I would be terrified, because I just didn't know, how could this stuff come and affect us, and, if something, I was just afraid. I think it's reasonable. So honestly, so this went on for 1 or 2 months, and then the person moved out. But I have to be totally honest, that it was one of the worst mental health periods I've ever had, because not being able to sleep just makes everything you're experiencing worse and harder, and that was really awful. Not getting sleep, being in fight or flight mode 24/7. It was really, really bad. And I wasn't posting, because being in that state, you don't really want to post, even though I do think there's good extreme value to posting videos about being in that state, because usually people don't. But I wasn't. There's a reason for that. You're not in the state to do it. But also I didn't feel comfortable, because I would want to talk about what was going on, but the walls aren't. The walls are pretty good, but I was just afraid that he would hear me and retaliate or something, whatever. I was scared practically to speak to the camera. So luckily this person left, moved out, whatever happened, he's gone after about 1 to 2 months of me being home. And so I was able to start slowly calming down and getting out of fight or flight mode. But it took several months, because the state of the anxiety was so bad for a long time that you're slowly coming back to okay, I'm safe, the threat is gone, the outside world is safe, somewhat arguable, but anyways, you get the point. Slowly came off that. I never really, it was hard to come off, because I never really had the chance to be alone in a quiet place. It's hard for me to really recharge in this apartment, because I need to be alone, and I'm just not alone here for long enough to get that. And also at the same time that this person left, I just felt this spring there was so many social events. I was basically out of the apartment every weekend doing something with my family and my friends. And look, I want to see my family and my friends. I love my family and my friends, but as you guys know, I need a lot of alone time. And I really needed it at that period because of what I had just been through. So it took longer to, I think, come out of that state of stress because I didn't really have like the ideal circumstances to sort of calm down. And then I was going, and my introvert batteries were draining and draining and draining and draining to the point that this month of July, I have ended up saying no to a lot of things because I just reached that point. Like, I reached that point where it was like, I can't do anything else. I'm sorry. So, luckily now, it's been a few months since this person left. I've calmed down. This week, since I said no to offense and like had a little bit more time to calm down, and I just spent this last week alone in the apartment because Gary was out for a week off of work, and he was hanging out with my family. I finally feel better. I'm feeling really good. Like, this week of being alone, I needed it so badly. I feel so recharged. So, yeah. So that's what happened. That's why I was off. I'm enjoying talking to you guys. I miss filming. And I'm excited to get back. This video doesn't necessarily, I'm not sure. Okay. Number 2. Next up, I want to talk about what's next. So we took this long break. What's next? Are you back? Are you gonna be posting again? Basically the answer is I don't really know. Basically, I am planning a trip. I have a plane ticket booked for this fall. So pretty soon here, I'm going to be heading out to a location. I don't want to share where it is yet, but I will be heading out to a place that I've been before, and I am so excited. There is obviously, with the state of the world, a lot of things that could go wrong. So I understand that there's a very real possibility that this trip cannot happen, both due to like world circumstances and my own personal circumstances. But I am super excited, and I'm very excited to film that for you guys and be making lots of videos and vlogs. But I don't know if I'm gonna film before that trip starts, because I truly don't understand how I used to film in this apartment. Like, you're definitely not getting beautiful shots, right? Like, except of my coffee in the morning. But also, you're not what am I saying? What am I saying? I don't know, like, I'm just in sort of make money mode right now, and I literally just sit at the computer and type and take breaks on YouTube, and I do that from like 10 a.m. to midnight, because after I finish work, then I just watch stuff on YouTube. Like, I don't understand what I used to talk about and how I used to film here, because also it's so loud that I can't even think. Maybe it'll be better now, but like with my mental state, I felt like I couldn't even think. to speak to a camera, and then I guess I just spoke to the camera even though Gary was right there. Like, it just feels so foreign at this point. I don't understand how I used to do that. But anyways, so I might not be posting quite yet, but when my trip comes in a couple months, I will be posting my travel vlogs again, which is supposed to be the whole point of this channel anyways, is to post digital nomad vlogs. Which I don't know if some of you guys joined like after my trip, and which a lot of you did, because I didn't have a lot of viewers back when I was actually traveling. You might not even know that that was supposed to be the purpose of this channel. With like, I wanted to be a digital nomad. I was supposed to go and travel for like 10 years straight. Well, not straight, I would come home for holidays, but I literally this was meant to be a travel channel and show me traveling around and working online, but life happened and that didn't happen. But I've still done little trips and stuff. So anyways, this is long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're watching this, I mean, especially if you're at this point, thank you so much for all your support over the years, or you know, however long you've been watching. I hope you're excited for the travel vlogs. And yeah, I will be back eventually. I'm sorry. Nope, not apologizing. I was trying really hard not to apologize, because it's like, look, I was going through this horrible time. I could not post. I don't feel like I should apologize. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get better at not apologizing for everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one in a little while. Bye.